Okay, we'll start. So before going to this BFS and DFS program, we'll see some. We'll revisit the information required for this program. Is it audible and you are able to see screen, all of you? Is it audible and the screen is visible? Okay. So, okay. So we'll revisit some information which is required for programming. So we know that graph theory, it is a Washan subject. It is a Washan. The subject is a very big subject. In this, we have taken some information topics as per our syllabus and which is more important for software engineer for data structure concepts. So here, the graph is a data structure. It consists of following two components, a finite set of vertices and edges. Vertices means we will call them as nodes because in our terminology, we will call as a node. Node means it is a structure which consists of all the information. If it is a student node, the information about the student. If it is a computer node connected in computer networks, then it consists of the information about the particular computer. So here a finite set of ordered pair of the form is UV. So generally we will say the UV. No issue. So a finite set of ordered pair will say it is a UV. So graph G of UV. That means this graph is having a pair called UV. The order is also very important because if you say UV or if you say VU, so in case of directed and non-directed, if it is a directed graph, so it's very important. The pair form is very important. So if it is UV, it is nothing but it indicates that there is an edge from vertex U to V. If you write U comma V, that means the edge is from U to V. So in some cases, if it is VU, then that means the edge is from V to U. So for example, if it is a directed graph and 0 is connected to 1 and direction is given towards 0 to 1, then you have to write the graph vertex 0 comma 1. That means the edge is formed from 0 to 1 and also direction is there. If you write 1 comma 0, then the direction is from 1 to 0. They both edge formed between the V and U, and by default we will write UV. By default we will write UV. So here that is what exactly directed and indirect, undirected. And here the edges, I already told you, as per our demand, as per our requirement, the edges may contain weights, values, cost. So for example, if it is a computer networks, you are calculating, you want to send data from 0 to 6 or 0 to 5. Then there are 3-4 ways are there from 0 to reach from 0 to 6 or 0 to 5. Then you have to find out the shortest path. So this shortest path will calculate based on the, the shortest path. Okay, definitely. Okay, now is it okay? Okay. Maybe I will increase the sound. Okay, I think now it is good. Now it is okay. So little bit system sound I increased. Here U and V. U is one node, V is another node, and you connected U node to V node. You connected U node to. So in normally we'll say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we'll say a finite set is ordered pair of the form UV. That means the connection is between U and V. the connection is between U and V. Just now, yes, just see here. The indicates that there is an edge from vertex to vertex V. U and V are vertex. U and V are the and the connection is between U and V. Edge is formed between the U and V, and this edge may contain either weight or value or cost. So based on that, we'll say simply, based on that, we'll calculate the how much cost. So sometimes it will give the cost. Cost means time, or sometimes it may give okay. Okay. So we'll start again. So this graph is a data structure that consists of following two components. That is a finite set of vertices and nodes. So vertices, we'll call them as the nodes, and there is a connection between the wedges, which is called as an edge. And a finite set of ordered pair, we'll call them as a form UV. It is called as a edge because it is connection, the edge formed between U and V, where U and V are the vertices. When vertices is a graph terminology. It is a graph terminology, but when you are using for data structures, we generally will call it a node. A node means either a computer or a wireless sensor or any student. So any teacher or any information you are going to connect. So that structure, U and V. So, but there is a difference between U comma V and V comma U. So by default you will write U and V, but if you, for example, if you write V comma U, that means in case of directed graph, the direction is given between V and U. Direction is between U, V and U. Because the graphs may be directed and undirected. Directed means 0 is connected to 1, 1 is connected to 2. The direction is given towards 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. That means, so we can move from 0 to 1 and 1 to 2 only. We cannot move back. So like that, based on our demand, based on our requirement, we will go the kind of graph. And this graph edge may contains either weight, value or cost. This value or cost and weight will use in case of finding the shortest path. So these all are the graphs varieties. This already we have seen. So before going to this programming, we will understand first. This already we know the graph is represented in two ways, and one is the adjacency matrix, another one is the adjacency list. So if you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices are there, 5 nodes are there, and each node is connected. Each node is connected is the undirected. 0, 1 connected, 1 and 2 connected, 2 and 3 connected, 1, 3 connected, 1, 4 connected, 0, 4 connected, 4 and 3 connected. That means from 0, 1 and 4 are connected. From 0, 1 and 4 are connected. Just if you see this adjacency matrix, the nodes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means if the number of nodes are 5, then we will take a matrix, adjacent matrix, rows and columns 4 into 4. Sorry, 5 into 5. There are 5 nodes are there, 5 vertices are there, 5 nodes are there, 5 into 5 matrix. And we will take the values based on the connection between these vertices. And the 0, 0, there is no connection between 0, 0, we will put as a 0. Wherever 1 is there, the edge is formed. So 0 to 1 edge is formed. So 0 to 1 is 1. And 0 to 2, no. 0 to 3, no. 0 to 4, yes. So 0 to 1 and 0 to 4 will be the 1 and 1. Others are 0, 0. 0 indicates no edge formed. 1 indicates edge formed. Like this, whatever the values you are giving in the adjacency matrix, these values represent 0 and 1. 0 is no edge formed and 1 is edge formed between those vertices, those nodes. Here 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, these all are the vertices, and in our terminology you can call them as a nodes. So this is another way of representation adjacency list. So this will take the first one and we will see the program. We will see the program. So is it okay? We'll see the program. We'll see the program. So here, this program output should be in such a way that enter the number of vertices. We'll ask the user to enter the number of vertices and we'll take those vertices. We'll take those vertices and 4. So that means 4 vertices are there and 0, 1, 2, 3. You can take or ABCD you can take. 0, 1, 2, 3 you can take, ABCD you can take, or UV, XY you can take. So, and you are asking enter graph data in matrix form. So now the graph data means whether these nodes are connected each other. So if you give an all 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, so then from 0, all 4 are connected. 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, all are connected. And so from 1 also all are connected, from 2 also all are connected. So based on this, so it understands and it takes this, it understands and it takes this graph as a like this. And then it understands the connections between the all the vertices. So now enter the starting vertex. So we'll ask the user from which vertex you have to start the BFS. So from that we will verify whether for example you have given vertex 1. So from 1 it will check whether all the nodes are reachable or not. All the nodes are reachable or not based on the matrix values, and then it gives whether all the nodes are reachable or not. If all the nodes are reachable, then the BFS will be successful. Then BFS will be successful and you can transfer the data from one node to another node. Then you can find out the all the paths available, edges available, and then you can also, if weight, cost or some time given, you can find out the shortest path also further in computer networks programs. So now we'll see, so this how it will be. So in the same manner, we'll write the program. So we have taken a global variables, a matrix, and a Q array we have taken, and another array to note the visited nodes. I already told you here, when you are visiting, for example, from 0, you are visiting, you started your visiting from 0. So are you able to see this? This screen. Are you able to see this screen? PPT. Okay. So here, for example, you will see from 0 you started. So first you will see what are the 0 is the starting node and what are the adjacent nodes from the 0. So 1 and 4. So you can visit from 0 to 1 and then 0 to 4. So you can visit 0, 1, 4. The BFS order is 0, 1, 4. And after that, we will come to the 1 and we will see what are the adjacent to the 1. The adjacents are 4, 3, 2. The adjacents are 4, 3, 2. So then we will see from 1 we will visit the 2 and from 1 we will visit the 2 and 0, 1, 4. Next we will visit the 2 and then from 1 you will visit the 3 because 3 also adjacent to 1, and then from 0 you visited first 0. So you will have a queue. You will have a queue and you will have a visited array. So we will put the 0, 1, 0 in the queue, and once you visit the 0, we will give the information to the visited array also 0 as a 1. As a 1. If it is 1 and 0, if it is 1 and it is visited, if it is 0 not visited. So based on that, we will make the visited array 0 as a 1, and then we will visit the 1 and make it this also 1, and then we will visit the 4, make it is also visited node in the visited array, and then from 1 we will see adjacent nodes or vertices, and 2 will be visited, and after that 3 will be visited, and after that whenever you visit 2, you will see whether 2 is visited or not. We will look up into the vertex visited array and we will understand whether the particular node is visited or not. and then we will come to the 3 and we will see not visited. So we will visit and we will put the visited node information in the visited array, and then we will come to the 4 because 4 also adjacent to the 1, but 4 is visited marked in the visited array, so we never visit. And after that we will come to the 2 and we will see what are the adjacent to the 2, and 1 and 3 are there, and we will look up into the visited array, so both are visited, so then we never visit. And then we will come to the 3 and we also will see adjacent vertices 2, 1, 4, and we will understand from visited array all visited, so then we will stop. So we will stop from, we will come to the 4 and we will see what are the adjacent to the 4, 1 and 3, and we will understand from the visited array 1 and 3 also visited, so then we will stop the visiting. So here what is happening, the BFS, the visiting, we are inviting, so recursively we are doing this, so that this function you can write by using the recursive function. Recursively we will check out and we will visit and we will check out, and we will finally will say the BFS search will be 0, 1, 4, 2, 3. So like that we will write the program, So here for that we have taken an array, adjacent matrix purpose, and Q for maintaining the visited elements and visited elements noted in the visited array, and N, I, J and flag will take, and another R variable will take and will initialize -1 and for keeping in the queue. So first we'll see, this is the BFS function, we'll see from main. So take the variable V and ask the user how many number of vertices he wants, how many number of vertices. So if you enter 4, 4 vertices are there. If you enter 6, 6 vertices will be there. So we'll read the N and then we'll start reading the matrix connections, edges. For I is equal to 1, I is less than or equals to N, I plus plus, and we will initialize the Q of I is equal to 0, visited of I is equal to 0. So 2 arrays we will make, we will initialize, we will start 0. And based on these values, we are making all zeros. So whenever visited is happening, then we will make 1. Whenever visited happened, so we are making all zeros and zeros. And by default, we are keeping zeros. 0 indicates not visited. So once you visit, we will make 1. So that we will understand if the 1 is there, visited, if the 0 is there, not visited. So we'll array these Q and visited arrays will initialize to 0, and then enter. So based on the n elements, the Q and visited array will be initialized, and then enter graph data in matrix. So then we'll take for I is equal to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus, j is equal to 1, j is less than n, j plus plus. We will read a of ij. So that based on these values, we will understand the edges formed between the vertices, edges formed between the edges, and then enter the starting vertex. So then for starting the BFS, we'll ask what is the starting edges. That starting vertex will pass to the BFS function. So that the BFS breadth-first search starts from the particular node, particular vertices. So this is the first part of the program. Please note down parallelly. So first we'll see how many vertices are there, and we'll initialize Q and visited array to 0, so that initially all nodes are not visited. 0 indicates not visited. Whenever you visit, you will make 1, so that we will understand 1 indicates visited. And we will ask the edges, and user will enter. That will take in a adjacent matrix form. And then we will ask the starting vertex. So immediately, once you come here, you all know the control goes to, it's the compiler search for BFS method with a single argument. Then it will search the program, and then it will identify void BFS into it based on the prototype of the particular method BFS function. It will identify the void BFS. One argument with one argument is the correct function, and the control comes here, and then it will start the traversing. So for I is equal to 1, I is less than equals to n, I plus plus. If A of Vi, that means V is the vertex and I is the second, third, fourth, fifth. I is the second, third, fourth, fifth, like this. If the V is equal to this one, then it will go to the 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. So that this is the first U and this is the V, or this is the I and this is the J. And in place of I, you have given V, and in case of J, you have taken J. In case of this one, you have taken I. So then the flow will be if A of Vi is J and not visited I. That means the particular I is not visited. Then we'll make P of plus plus is equal to I. Then particular node is you starting from particular node and you are making R is equal to 0. That means it is a first node. You are marking as a first node. And then if F is less than R, that means F is equal to 0 and R is, that means if it is 0, 0, so the first one is visited. If it is 0, 0 means you noted it as a 0 and you are starting the nodes 0, 1, for example 4 are there. The first node you are making it as 0 and then you are comparing whether F is equals to 0, F is less than 0. If it is F is equal to 0, that means the first one is visited. So immediately we'll say visited Q of Y, Q of F is equal to 1. Whatever in the Q in the arrow, that is 0. So Q of F indicates what? 0, because F and R are 0. So that means the first node is 0 and we are naming it as a 0, and Q of 0 we are making in the visited array is equals to 1. Earlier it is 0 initially, we are making 1. And then we'll make once it completed. So once it completed, then we will call again the same BFS function with a next. So immediately, so once it is 0, 1 and from 0 it will complete whatever the nodes are possible, it will complete. And then once it completes the adjacent to the 1, that means 0, 0, 1, 1. So whatever based on this, based on this 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, based on this, so it will say wherever connections are there, immediately it identifies, and if visited, immediately it will note the node as a visited, and it repeats the same. It repeats the same, and it will check for all the rows, whatever the possibilities, whatever the connections are there. From that, it visit all the nodes. So that at the end of this function, all the Q and visited nodes will be noted, marked. Once it completes, the control comes again from there to here. Once this BFS we completes the visiting of the all the nodes and noting the Q and V at visited arrays, Q array and visited array. Q array is for noting, for example, nodes, 4 nodes you given. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. The first node name is 0, second node name is 1, third one is 2, fourth one is 4, fourth one is 3. Like that we will note in the queue, and visited nodes will be changed to 1 in the visited 1. Then the node which are reachable from the particular starting node will give the information. So for I is equal to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus. If visited of I, printf visited of I. Else printf BFS is not possible. Not all nodes are reachable. So you have given a 4 nodes, and 4 nodes I have noted in the queue, and the same we have assigned. So that the I values visited or not. If it is visited, you already know 0, 1. If it is 1, it is visited. If not, so that 0, 1, 2, 3, all 4 will be checked. I to n will be checked. The I value visited of I value will be 0 or 1, and we will check whether it is a true or false. If it is false, so not visited. If it is true, it is visited. Based on this condition, based on this condition. Okay, okay. So for I is equal to 1 and I is less than n, I plus plus. So immediately, so from first one to n, for example, 4 is there. So 4 nodes are there. So 1 to n nodes, will see whether the nodes are verified or not. If visited 1, so if visited 1 means it gives a value either 0 or 1, because in the previous BFS function, we changed 0 to 1 once it visited, so that if it is 1, it is true, then immediately that will be printed. So 1 will be printed, 2 will be printed, 3 will be printed, 4 will be printed. That means the 4 nodes are visited. For example, in case in one node is not connected to anything and node is there but not visited, then that will be 0. By default, we have assigned 0. So it will be 0 like that because not visited. So not assigned 1. So that's why immediately, okay, okay. So in the BFS function, it will go I is equal to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus. If A of Vj, that means, for example, vertex V, we have given 1. So, so that means first row, and I indicates column. I is equal to 1 to n. There are n nodes are there, n columns will be there. We will see first row, first column, and we will also check whether it is visited or not. If it is visited, it will be true. Otherwise, not visited means 0. So we will check with both. If both satisfy, then we will make q plus plus r is equal to y. That means that particular node. So we have initialized r is equal to -1. So that -1 plus plus. So 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, okay, okay. So now is it okay? so that it will see one of, that means the first row and first column, and then whether it is visited or not, and then immediately q of plus plus or I, then it will assign this I value to the q row, and then it will check, that means first node, that is called as a first node. So then it will see, they will check whether that R and F are equal or not, less than or equal. If it is less than, means it is not visited, immediately it will mark as a 1 because it is visited, the visiting over, and then it will make BFS Q of F plus plus. That means immediately it will go to the next node, next column. So the like that each column will be checked, and then it will check A of 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, and then again it will go as per the value of the rows, and then it will mark whether it is visited or not. If it is visited, immediately it will mark 1. If it is not visited, so please execute this slowly so that the flow you can understand. If you execute this program, that's why I have given this same program in the test letter also, so that you all can practice this. So immediately this will be marked, and then each and every one will be visited one by one, and it will check whether it is visited or not. If it is not visited, immediately it will, and this BFS, by increasing this F value, so it will see F is equal to 1, 2, 3, so that column will be, and this V will be changed, and then automatically the BFS function will be called in the place of row, the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. If there are 4 nodes are there, the value will be go to the 4. So that 4 rows will be considered, and 1, 2, 3, each row, again the loop, the for loop, this inside for loop is there, if loop is there, and this for loop, once the V value is decided, the 4 columns will be visited, and second row selected, second function, second time BFS invoked, then second row will be, and third time invoked, third row will be, fourth time invoked, fourth row will be. So like that, based on this F value, so based on this value, so automatically the Q, that's why the Q, this is, we are initializing for seeing this F, so that immediately are making F plus plus, so that the row values also incremented. So like that, the flow will go, and then the each for loop will, based on this V value, that means this V value will come from BFS argument. This BFS argument will give after completion of the first column visiting. After completion of the first column visiting, immediately we will call the BFS function to make to select the second row, next third row, next fourth row. So the based on these values, will find out whether the particular node is visited or not. All this information will be noted. Hello? Hello? And finally, we'll take that visited array. Hello? Give message. Once you execute, you can understand this, how this flow will be. Okay. So if you see that very carefully, if you see this BFS flow, so you can understand it is, you can easily understand this V value indicates the row and I value indicates the column. We will see all the nodes. And once you complete that BSV function, the control comes, once you complete this one, then the control comes to here, and then it will start. So in the if condition, when you are visiting the nodes, so when you are visiting the nodes, when you are visiting this from 0 to 1 you visited, 0 to 4 you visited. After coming to the 1, after coming to the 1 means here 0 to 1. That means 0 to 1. 1 is there. That means connection is there. So you can now in the second time from 1, there are 2, 3, 4 are there. Even though you are in the particular row and you are visiting this one, so from 1 you are visiting 2, 3, 4, where you have to check two things, two conditions. One is the particular node, you are going to the particular node, and then that node is there, then you have to find out whether that node is visited or not. So that information you are giving in the if. That information, this and this. You are going, that means this is particular node is existed or not, and connection is there or not. If yes, it is visited or not. The both should be satisfied. Then only will execute the if. For example, that node is there or not. If the node is particular node is not there, then no need to go. If the node is there, then you have to find out whether it is visited or not. If it is visited, yes, visited has edges which are visited. Fine. So that you are noting. That you are noting in the visited. That's why visited of QF. Here you are giving visited Q of F. So that you are noting. So once that is over, then you are making second row by F plus plus. F plus plus. That means we are moving to second row. Again in the second row, we will see all the same procedure. You have to find out and you have to mark the visited one. So once you visited, once you all the BFS over, so then we will come to the control to print from 0 to, that means from first node to all the nodes are reachable or not. If all the nodes are not reachable, the BFS is not possible. If all are reachable, so then BFS is possible. So then for I is equal to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus, and here because visited has a values 0 and 1. We made initially 0, that means false, and then once you visited you made 1, so that if it is 1, true, it is visited, then you will print, else it is not printed. So that once all the printed are there, in any case, if anyone is not visited, not reachable, then BFS is not possible. So this is the BFS function. In the same way, we will do the DFS also. We will do the DFS also in the same way. DFS function also, but in the DFS function, we will make it as a level 1 and level 2, level 3 also will make in the DFS function. So levels are very important in the. So because in the DFS, in the DFS you have to go to the leaf node. So that's why you have to move the depth you have to move. So that's why, so we'll take here also visited node and all the, so we'll see the DFS. So enter the number of vertices same as, and we'll read the efficiency matrix and we will read the values, and we now visited nodes will make it as a 0. We will initialize. Okay. So BFS will pass the which vertex we are going to. So we indicate the first one. If you say the starting index, starting node, from starting node we'll start the adjacency matrix also will keep in the mind, and then we'll start first row. First row V is the row which one node is there. So for example, it is the fourth node. From fourth we'll start. What is there? So 4 1 2 4 0 1 2 4 1 2 3 like that. So this indicates the V indicates the rows and this indicates the column, and we will also see whether it is visited or not. If both conditions are satisfied, if not visited, then we will come. Otherwise, no need to visit, no need to come to that particular node. So that is the if condition. So once the if condition is the Q array is for noting the all the nodes. The nodes you have to, for example, just see. So from 0 to, you have to start from 0. For example, first one. So there are 5 nodes. So the Q you are using for you are making 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 nodes are there. You are naming as a first node as a 0. Second one is the 1. Third one is the 2, 3, 2. Fourth one is the 3. Fifth one is the 4. We are naming and we are typing in the queue. So and V is for visiting. Q is for making queue. Whichever you are visiting, the nodes will be. So because the number of nodes are very important. If the 5 nodes are there, 5 nodes you have to note in one place. That is for Q. Q is for purpose of Q. That's why you are making R is equal to -1. So that 1 minus 1 plus 1 means 0. That means Q of 0. The first node is 0. Second node is 1. 1 plus 1 means again second 1, 2, 3 like that. So and visited of Q of F, that means 0, 1, 2, 3. We are identifying the nodes as a, because here these values are different, these nodes are different. These nodes should be identified. These nodes should be identified. And vertices will be identified only for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 only, not with all these values. So these values are nodes. These values are nodes. So that's why those nodes are keeping in the queue, and then you are that's why you are passing Q of F in the visited node. Q of F in the visited node. So this will be confusion only. Just once you execute the program, Aram say, if you execute, you can understand. Don't be worried. Okay. It will be like that only initially, confusion only. Just only concept is you take the, because you have information in the matrix. You have information in the matrix only. So in the matrix, 0, 1 meaning is different. In the visited nodes array, 0, 1 meaning is the different. So that's why the based on the 0, 1, we can able to visit the, you can traverse based on the 0, 1, because here 0 is there. From 0 to 1 only you can visit. 0 to 1 only you can. The first node to second node is only 1. So if all the nodes are 1, then yeah, correct. The queue will be noted as nodes. Queue will be noted nodes, and visited nodes will be visited nodes. Visited node of Q of F. That means Q of F. F is equal to 0. First node. First node. That will assign to 1. That means visited of Q of F is equal to 1. That means first node is 1. First node visited. Q of 1. Q of Q. Q of F. Q of F means 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's why automatically the program, the visited array will be noted. And every time it will be checked with the node only, every time. Yeah, yes. Based on that only, it marks. That's why this line is, just see this line. This line, you are making 1. That means visited of Q of F. You are not passing visited of F. Q of F. That means particular node which is in the queue. That's why you are keeping nodes in the queue, and those things you are making in the visited nodes. It is easy only. Just you can, if you sit and see, you can better understand. It's a very simplest one. Only thing is you have to keep the, because these two, here only you can remember edges only. Here you can remember edges and vertices. These values are edges, these values are vertices, and all these vertices you are keeping in the queue, and then the corresponding visited vertices, whether it is 1 or 0, you are making based on the visit. This is the particular one. Once you complete first one, you can go to the second row, third row, fourth row, like that. Okay. So this is the way of writing. Once you, so the main program will take the number of vertices, and then we'll make the queue and visited arrays 0 by default, and then we'll ask the user enter the edges. Once he and then we'll ask the starting vertex, and then we'll go to the BFS function. In the BFS function, based on the starting node, we'll make them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for not confusion, for making nodes very clear. We'll name them as a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll also check whether it is visited or not. If not visited, then we'll go inside and we'll mark. Otherwise, just we simply we'll go to the next one. So like that, once first one for loop is completed, then the f value will be incremented and it will be passed to BFS queue. So then second vertex will be selected, third vertex will be selected, fourth vertex will be selected. From particular vertex, how many are connected, we'll see in the array. How many are connected we'll see in the array. And in the array, double array means adjacent matrix, how many are, and then we'll go to the corresponding vertex and also check whether it is visited or not. If visited, then we'll mark the we'll never visit. If not visited, we'll visit. Like that, so once it completed, then we'll come back to the main, the flow come back to the main, and then we'll start executing from here. Here, again, we'll see the visited array, and then we'll print how many vertices are visited. In case any vertex is not visited, then the BFS is not possible. Otherwise, we can do the BFS. So this is the visited one. And now this is the DFS program. So same here also we'll take and initially we'll make DFS is a 0, and then we'll start the particular node is visited or not. If it is visited, we'll make 1. Otherwise, so we'll take for j is equal to 0, j is less than n, j plus plus. If not visited, or g of ij is equal to 1. So the 1 means if it is connected, then DFS j. Then we will go to the particular, if the connection is there, then we will go and then we will check whether it is visited or not. If it is visited, we never go. If it is not visited, that means based on this condition, based on this if condition, we will go and immediately we will go to the particular one, and then we will mark visited of I is equal to 1, and we will print that particular node, we will print, and then again we will come to the okay. DFS means depth first search. That means we will come to the 0 to 1. So 0 to 1, and from, for example, 0 is the starting node, it is a root node. We'll see we'll see the left child, and we'll visit the left child, and from left child we'll see any child is there, and from that we'll see the left child is there, again go to the left child. Like that we'll go to the leaf node. Once you go to the leaf node, again we'll come to the right side of the nodes, and then we'll visit from root to leaf node, and again we'll see any other right side nodes are there. Like that, from root to leaf node, depth first search, we'll come to the depth. That means we'll come to the leaf node, and then, so that's why here the leaf node will be visited, and each node, whether it is 1 or 0, just see here. So 0, 1, 2, 3 is there. So from 0 we'll start, and from 0 we'll visit the left side node 1, and after 1 we'll visit any left node is there, not there, then we'll come to the 3, we'll visit, and after 3 we'll come to the 0, and then we'll see what are the right side are there, then we'll visit the 2. So 0, 1, 3, 2. So this is the visiting of the depth first search. Okay, so the same way we will write the program. We will same way we will write the in the same sense. Will DFS always will come to the first node. That's why we initialize it is 0. That means we will start from 0 node and we will come to the and we will visit from 0 to n elements, and every time we will check whether it is visited or not. Visited one will be noted as a 1. Earlier it is a 0. Because here you initialize to 0, here you initialize to 0, and here DFS also initialize to 0. That means it starts from first node only. So in the DFS, we may start from any node, but here we will start from the root node and we will go to the leaf node, and again from left side, again left node and left side node, and after that we will come to the right side and again right side, like that we will move. So here, so that's why, so we'll check whether it is visited or not, and if not visited we'll put 1, first one, and first one is visited, so that we'll say I is equal to 0, immediately we'll make it as a 1, so first node is visited. Then for I is equal to, for j is equal to 0, j is less than and j plus plus, and we'll check the node visited or not, and it is 1 is there or not. If it is 1, the connection is there, immediately it will go to the particular node, that j value will be passed, and then it will come to here, and that j will be printed, and then it is visited. Like that the values will be noted and visited. Once you visited, so immediately that visited node will be printed and marked, printed and marked. So we'll ask how many vertices, and we'll take the adjacency matrix, and then we'll 0 visited, 1 visited, 2 visited, 3 visited. So like that, whatever you visited, that information will be given, and here parallelly you are printing and marking the visited node. So because you are visiting from root to leaf node, left side, and then we are moving right side. So this is the second program where DFS will be. So we'll see another one important topic also. These two programs please execute. We'll see the another important one. So here we'll see one more topic. Actually, it is not there in the syllabus, but it is an important spanning tree. So while visiting, when graph G is connected, a depth first search or breadth first search starting at any vertex will visit all vertices in G. So this is what happening we have done. So a spanning tree is any tree that consists of solely of edges in G and that includes all the vertices. So whatever the vertices are there in the G, so in the graph particular, so it will have all. That means tree edges and non-tree edges, both T and N. So set of edges used during sets and set of remaining edges, both will be there in the spanning tree. So example of spanning trees are, if it is a graph is like the 0, 1, 2, 3 per year. So you can traverse. I already told you. The first one is 0 to 1, and after that 1 to 3, and then we will visit 0 to 2. That means 0, 1, 3, 2. This is one kind of visit. And another one you can visit 0, 1, 0, 2, and that means 0 to 1 you visited, 0 to 2. That means the adjacents of the 0 are 1 and 2. So you visited first 0 node you visited, and after that 1 you visited. In the breadth first search, first one is depth first, DFS. In the DFS, first you visited 0, and then you visited, because left node is 1, you visited 1, and from 1 you will see any left or right are there. Right node 3 is there, you visited. From 3 there is no left and right. So we'll stop reading here, and the control goes to again 0, and from 0 okay. Now okay. Now is it visible? Screen is visible now. Spanning tree. Okay. So now we'll see. Okay. So when graph G is connected, a depth first or breadth first is starting at any vertex, and we visit all the vertices in the graph. A spanning tree is any tree that consists of these edges in G, and that includes all the vertices. That means all the vertices means the tree edges, not tree edges. So set of edges using during sets, that is comes under the T, and set of remaining edges comes under the N, if there are any. If there are non-visited, that also will be there in the spanning tree. And if you see, this is actually graph 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 is connected to 1 and 2 and 3. So there are edges from 0 to 1, 0 to 2, 0 to 3, and from 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 2. That means the edges are formed from each edge vertices to each vertices. So all ones are there. If you see adjacent matrix, all ones will be there. And if you see first one DFS, we'll start DFS from 0 vertex. We'll visit the 0, and we'll mark 0 is visited, and then we'll visit the 1, then we'll visit the 1, because we'll see left and right. The left node is 1, so we'll visit the 1, and after 1 we'll see left and right, then right 3 is there, leaf node. It is the leaf node for this, so we'll visit the 3, and because it has no children, so it is a leaf node. So after visiting this 3, we'll mark 1, 3 also visited, and then we'll start from again 0, and we'll see right side 2 will be visited, 2 will be visited. So once 2 will be visited, we'll see the left side is there or not. Yes, left side is there. Then we'll visit the 3. So because 3 is visited, so we'll stop there. So that's why 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2. So this is the DFS, and this is the BFS, breadth first. That means we'll visit the 0, and we'll visit the adjacent vertices of 0 and 1, that is 1 and 2, all siblings of the 1, and then we'll come to the 1. What are the adjacent to the 1? 3. We will visit the 3. So, and because this 3 is adjacent to 0, so that's why from 0 we'll visit and 1 and 2, and after that another adjacent 3 also there. So that's why from 0 only we complete 1 and 2 and 3. So from 0, 1, 2, 3. So another way, the reverse side if you see, so we'll visit 0 and 1, and after 0 we'll visit the 2, and from 2 there is a left side 3 is there, you can visit the 3, like that also. Only if you want to visit the left side, then we'll visit the end. If your program written like that, you want to do one protocol you want to follow, only you want to see first left and then you want to see the right side. So then we'll come to the 0 to 1, then we'll come to the 0 to 1, 1 will be completed. There is no left, then we'll come to the 0, we'll complete the right side of that level. And after that, from first, this is the first level, second level, we will see whether left, right is there. If the left is there, we will the 3. That means we have written a protocol that only left will be visited, and after that we'll see the level is completed or not, then right will be visited, and after completion of that level, then we will come to the left, right, like that will. So this is the another way. So these are the possible spanning trees of this one. So spanning tree means what? And if you see this and this is a complete tree. This is a complete, that means cycle is there, cyclic is there, but here not cyclic. It is either a BFS or DFS. There is no cycle. 0, 1, 3, 2. There is no cycle here. So cycle not completed. So all the vertices are visited once by using either a BFS or DFS of a graph, which is called a spanning tree. And when DFS is used, the resulting spanning tree is called as depth first spanning tree. And if it is breadth first spanning tree. So if you see the previous one, if you see, this is the spanning tree DFS, this is spanning tree BFS. So like that, it will be called DFS spanning tree BFS. While adding a non-tree edge into any spanning tree, this will create a cycle. So here, if there is anything like that is there, so then it is not cycle, it is not forming cycle. So any other thing is there, not visited. From 3, not visited. From 3, not visited anything. For example, if you visited from 3, 1 also, so then you can connect 3 and 1. Then it will form a cycle. So like that, any non-tree edge into spanning tree, then it will become a cycle. So these all are the differences between the DFS spanning tree and the BFS spanning tree. So please understand this also in interview point of view. So they may ask you, that's why these two. Here, the 7 is a, here 7, non-edge tree, but you can visit 7 either from 3, 4, 5, 6, from any place you can visit. So then DFS spanning tree, BFS spanning tree with a non-edge tree. Okay. So now you practice this one. That program will be given. That program will be given. So you please practice do the given program. Sudhakar sir, you start the program. Yes, yes. Yes, in JNT examination, BFS, DFS programs are there in syllabus. That's why I explained. Sometimes he is asking spanning tree also. That's why that also, actually it is not given actually in the syllabus, but it is important concept in the graph theory.